Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how I do my everyday makeup. It takes about 10 minutes, super simple, and then I'm also going to show you how I do my messy buns. I've been wearing my hair like this for a really long time because my hair is falling out thanks to postpartum, hormones and all that stuff. So my hair is like really thin now, and honestly, I just don't want to mess with it, so I throw it up in a messy bun all the time. It looks pretty, and it also is just casual at the same time. And then this makeup look, I have been using these products and doing my makeup this way for about 3 or more months, and I wanted to make sure that I had my routine down and that I really loved everything that I was using before I shared it with you guys. So without further ado, let's get started with my makeup. The first thing that I did was wash my face using the Orange Blossom facial wash, and then I moisturized my skin using this Sandalwood moisturizing cream, and both of these products are from Young Living. The first thing that I'm doing makeup wise is using this hydrating primer by Savvy Minerals, which is also from Young Living. This is a super lightweight primer, but you can tell it's super hydrating and moisturizing. So I apply that all over my face. Next, I'm going to apply my foundation, and I use Mineral Makeup. Again, this is Savvy Minerals, and this is in the shade Warm 2, and this is the brush that I'm going to use to apply it. One key thing to using mineral makeup is this misting spray, which helps to make the mineral makeup blend in and stick to your skin. So I gave the brush a couple good spritzes of the misting spray, and now I'm going to apply generously some of the mineral foundation to my brush and then tap it off on the lid. And then I just go in circular motions and apply as much as I think that I need. I'm not shy about it. I do go kind of heavy, but it doesn't cake on at all, and it just makes my skin look super flawless. Also, another thing is this makeup is completely non-toxic, and I have noticed a huge difference in just the health of my skin and the way it looks, and I definitely give credit to the fact that my makeup is not full of a bunch of harmful, yucky chemicals. Next, I'm applying concealer, and I use this one by Hint Beauty, which is another non-toxic brand, and this concealer is a creamy concealer in the shade Light. And what I do is I just use my finger, nothing fancy about it, but I just get some on my finger and I apply it under my eyes in a triangular sort of pattern. And then I go around my nose and on my chin, on my forehead, and then I'll even draw a little line on the top of my nose. Then to blend in my concealer, I use a beauty blender, which is kind of like a sponge type thing, and I just pat that in and spread it around gently, of course, because it's under my eyes, but I just go in and blend it out. Next is eyebrows. I use Hint Beauty's Brow Definer in black, and then I use this little angled brush to apply it. I'm not a perfectionist when it comes to my eyebrows. I just kind of like them to be filled in. So what I do is I first underline my eyebrow, and I keep the inner corner, like the inner portion of my eyebrow, on the lighter side, and then the edges or the back part of my eyebrow a little bit darker, but I kind of trace the outline as best as I can, and then I'll just go in and fill it in. Next, I'm moving on to my eyes, and I use a bronzer actually for my eyeshadow for the base of it. This is the Savvy Minerals eyeshadow in Summer Loved, and I have just a regular eyeshadow brush, and I've spritzed it with that misting spray, and then I use the lid to get a little bit of the product on my brush. I definitely don't want too much product, so I just get a little bit, and then I'll tap the excess off onto the back of my hand. And then what I do is I start in the crease, in the outer portion of my eye, and I will blend it into the crease and then below the crease onto my eyeshadow, but I never go above my crease. I keep my eyeshadow pretty simple, and I only use 2 shades. The only other shade that I use is this pretty shimmery pink in the shade Spoiled, and I tap a little bit onto my finger, and then I will press that into the inner portion of my eyelid and go about halfway. And that is it. I keep it pretty simple, nothing fancy. And then I'll get that same eyeshadow brush that I had been using, and then I will blend the 2 edges together so that it is one seamless look. Moving on to eyeliner. This is again Savvy Minerals in the shade Jet Setter, and I have this little angled brush here. I use that misting spray to get the brush really wet, like almost dripping wet. And then I go into the lid of that eyeshadow and I pick up as much product as I can onto the brush. And it almost forms kind of a paste because I've gotten that brush so wet. And I like to do a wing eyeliner. So I start on the middle of my eyelid and work towards the outer corner of my eyelid. And then I'll follow my bottom lash line all the way up to form that wing. And I don't do a crazy big wing, but just a little bit. So I go up and then I will connect those two lines to what I was doing on the top part of my eyelid and follow it all the way into my inner corner. And then I'll do the same on the other eye. I like to do a wing because I actually have really round eyes, and this kind of helps to make them not so round. I get a lot of questions about what mascara I use, and this is actually the key, is I use this L'Oreal Voluminous Primer first. It's just a white, but it dries clear. So I go in and put a little bit on my eyelashes first, and then I'm gonna move on to do some other things while I let that dry a little bit. You need to let it dry so that it forms kind of like a tacky base to build on. Moving on to bronzer, I'm using that same shade that I used for my eyeshadow, and I have this angled contour brush. I'm gonna spritz it with that misting spray and then get the product, and I don't go very heavy at all. I get a little bit on the brush, so I am tapping the excess off on the back of my hand because a little bit goes a long way. I pucker up my lips so I can see some definition, and I go underneath my cheekbone first, and then I will build it up onto my cheekbone and back into my hairline. And I just blend that out until it looks nice and smooth the way I like it. I really love using bronzer. I think that it just gives me that nice warm summer glow, but it also helps to define my face a lot and give it just some shape and dimension. Then I will use whatever product is left on the brush and go up into my hairline on my forehead, and then even bring some down along my jawline. Next for blush, I'm using Savvy Minerals in the shade I Do Believe You're Blushin'. This one is a super pretty pink, and it also has some shimmers in it, which makes it kind of like a highlight as well as a blush all in one. And then I just go to town on my cheekbones. I kind of bring it in towards the apples of my cheeks and then brush it back towards my hairline. Now for mascara, I use the L'Oreal Voluminous Original, but a key in addition to using that primer is to tease your lashes. So think of it as like you're teasing your hair. You would start at the base of your hair and kind of tease it by wiggling your brush back and forth. The same concept applies to your lashes. Start at the base of your lashes and wiggle your mascara brush back and forth as you're working it up. And that will hopefully give you a lot more volume and length to your lashes. And then I also apply a little bit of mascara to my bottom lashes. Such a difference. Isn't it crazy how much bigger my eyes look with mascara? Mascara is like one of my favorite makeup products. I've got one more thing to do, which is lips, and I am using my all-time favorite lipstick by MAC in the shade Modesty. This is the perfect pinky nude, and I wear this every single day. So that is it. That's my makeup all done. Super easy and simple. Now let's move on to hair. So you guys, I said that my hair was super thin. I pulled it down out of this bun, and I just thought that I would give you a real glimpse at what my hair is looking like right now. It's very, very thin. For this messy bun, I first start by flipping my hair over and I pull it all up into a ponytail. I don't use a brush or anything, I kind of like the messy look. And then I have a little ponytail holder and I wrap it around my hair 3 times to make it nice and tight. And then I'll pull some of the hair out in the front just to give it a little more shape so it's not so slicked back. Next, what I do is grab the hairs from the ponytail and I kind of fan them out all around my head. It reminds me of like a donut. Just fan it out around your head. And then I have these really tiny hair rubber bands. They're actually Emerson's, but I pull that down over the top of this ponytail. It looks even more like a donut now. And then I caught a glimpse of myself and what I actually looked like, and I thought it was hilarious. And then I take the ends of my hair that is sticking out and I just tuck those back into that little tiny rubber band. There's no science to this. It's not supposed to be perfect. It is a true messy bun, but this is how I do it. And it stays in my hair pretty much all day long, and it definitely gives it some fullness. This works really well on either short hair or thin hair. If you have long, thick hair, this might not be the look for you because you would have a massive mound of hair on top of your head. But if you have thin hair or short hair, then definitely try this out. And then once the bun is complete, I go through and I pull out more hair around my face and just make it look the way that I want to so it's not so slicked back. There it is. It's not perfect. As I am watching this, I can actually see some of my scalp, which is kind of sad, but I'm working on it and trying to take my vitamins and do whatever I can to get my hair growing back again. Alright, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my pretty much everyday mom look. This is pretty much my go-to, whether I am staying home with the kids or I'm out running errands or if I'm going to church. This is pretty much my look. Now you guys know all the products that I use and how I do it. If you guys have any questions though, if I forgot to cover something, then ask me in the comments down below, or you can reach out to me on Instagram and we can chat it up there. My Instagram username is allie_gooch. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel yet, do so. I would love to have you guys be a part of the channel. And make sure you guys turn on your bell notifications. That way you'll be notified every single time I post a video and you won't miss anything. Alright guys, I love you so much and I will see you in the next one. Bye.